What up, YouTube? It's your boy Countblagorath coming back at you again today with another episode of Countblagorath's metal music reviews, unboxings, and epic rants. Now, earlier today, I released a video which I'd say was a pretty epic takedown of Countblagorath. You know, my ex-cousin who decided he would just out of nowhere block me on YouTube. He thinks he can just pretend I don't exist. He can just hide away from his problems. But no, Blaggy boy, that's not gonna happen. You can't do that. So I told you earlier about how Countblagorath is a metal poser, how he doesn't even really like metal. You know, you go into his iTunes, you see shit like the Decemberists, and you see a bunch of like indie music. You know, he gets all his crap from Anthony Fantano. You know, the guy with the glasses, that guy. And it's really a goddamn shame that people like Countblagorath are even looked up to in the metal scene. You know, a bunch of impressionable young kids going on YouTube and looking up metal reviews, right? And they get this fucking guy up on their screen, and they look at his videos and they say, "Wow, let's listen to this guy talking in monotone. He obviously knows what he's talking about, right?" Yeah. Yeah, that's his little trick. He just drones on and on. Let your eyes glaze over. Then when it's over, like, wow. I don't know what I just experienced, but that was a lot of information. He must have a lot of information crammed into that noggin of his. Anyway, so I'll tell you another thing. Like I was gonna keep this on the down low because this is pretty big stuff, and I'm not out to ruin lives. You know, Countblagorath, he's just here to review metal music and unbox stuff. But I have to get it embroiled in all this drama. So because I gave Countblagorath a day. I gave him a day to unblock me, and he has not done so. So I'm gonna release my second part of the epic takedown of Countblagorath. And I'm gonna tell you a very big secret. Countblagorath is being paid by the Metalhead Box. Now, a lot of people have rightly guessed that this is the case in the comments section of his videos, and he goes and he deletes them. He deletes those comments. He blocks people who suggest as much, but that's... Why do you think he does that? Because it's the truth. You want to know how I know that? Because a couple years ago, Blagorath and I were both contacted by the Metalhead Box and asked. In fact, let me dig out. I have the email right here. And I quote, "Dear Countblagorath," which is me, and Blagorath got the same exact email. "Dear Countblagorath, we at the Metalhead Box would like to present with you." That's what it says. Present with you. I don't know what the hell they're thinking, but you know these people. "We at the Metalhead Box would like to present with you a wonderful opportunity for both you and us." The grammar is all sorts of messed up here, and this is no fault of my own. Again, this is the Metalhead Box people. I'll just skip through this. This is just a lot of shit. "We will pay you $5,000. It says right here, $5,000 per video promoting the Metalhead Box." Now, your comments don't have to be entirely positive. You can be critical. Not that we like criticism, but we don't want people to know that you're just openly shilling this shit for them. You know, they don't want you to know that, obviously, because it makes them look bad. So $5,000 per video. and you know there's a bunch of legal jargon in there, so I'll leave that out. But that was the deal, and of course the count with integrity said no, I'm not going to do that. But Blagorath, you know, I understood at the time why he did it, because the boy needs money. You know, those compact discs don't buy themselves, and I mean, his mom has been struggling to pay the rent for their house for years, and Lord knows he's not going to get a job. So, Count Blagorath, he took him up on it, which is fine. I mean, it's a fine business, you know. They sell CDs, some cool CDs, maybe. Ideally, that's the case, but if you've ever gotten one of these boxes, you know that it's definitely not. I'm just looking at this smug look on this motherfucker's face as he's just openly selling this thing to you, and then he makes a video telling you, "Oh, I don't like how people are acting after they get this box. They're a little disappointed. How dare you act a little bit disappointed? These people put hard work into putting a bunch of crap in a box and sending it out to you. You know, they work really hard contacting all these labels and getting a bunch of CDs, because apparently not anybody can just go out and buy a CD." I just don't get it. I don't get why anybody would want to buy this crap. But I did. I did. For the sake of this video, I went out and I bought the Metalhead Box. As you can see, this is an authentic Metalhead Box. It's even got the little anime characters headbanging there. So yeah, I bought it and I'll unbox it for you guys. I'll do a real unboxing because unlike certain hack frauds, I do unboxings on the first take, because you know not every take is going to be super high energy, but I prefer to have a little bit of authenticity in my videos. So I'm going to open the Metalhead Box for you right now. You guys ready? Check it out. You pumped to see what's in the Metalhead Box? Huh? Yeah. Well, here's what's inside. Fucking nothing. There's nothing in the Metalhead Box. You think anybody's actually going to be excited to open this shit and get, like, Creator or whatever the hell else is in there? No. You're going to open this up and be like, wow, a copy of Decibel magazine, some 10-year-old magazine that's totally irrelevant by now. No, nobody's going to give a shit, because it's crap. And that's all they offer for you here. And the only reason anybody would ever promote something like the Metalhead Box is if they're being paid to do it. Now, I know for a fact that Blagorath, he doesn't even get it. He doesn't even get the box free. That's not it. He gets $5 grand per video. Write that down. $5 grand. All you need to do to make $5 grand per video is start up some fucking YouTube channel and just review videos, or review metal albums, I should say. Or you can review music videos. That's another thing that I might start doing. But that's for the future. Anyway, so that's today's epic takedown of Count Blagorath. I have tons more of this juicy stuff about him if he doesn't unblock me. And yeah, that's it. Metalhead Box. Oh, I'm gonna do this cool trick, because apparently some people can't do it well enough. So I'm gonna do it. Check this out. First try, right? Metalhead Box. This is what I think of the Metalhead Box. Oh wait, hold on. Check that out. That's what I think of the fucking Metalhead box. Get that crap out of here. Metal on.